Hey guys, Mr. Happy here and welcome to my guide for Hullbreaker Isle, the new dungeon in patch 2.3. This dungeon requires a minimal item level of 70 to enter and can be unlocked from the quest King of the Hull in Mordona. The dungeon is pretty straightforward, so let's get started. The trash at the start consists of some Opos, bees that will use Final Sting when they are near death, so you're going to want to focus them down, mantis mobs that can knock people back quite far, and wandering harpy mobs. There are also some bear traps scattered about, which will suck in and trap any player who walks on or even near them. They also place a weak damage over time that can be Asuned. You can skip a large portion of these threats by hugging the right wall once entering the dungeon. Don't worry, I looked around, you're not going to miss any treasure coffers. Once you get past the bridge with the Opos on it, you'll be at the first boss, Sasquatch. He has a few targeted AoEs and will occasionally mark a player and charge at them, similar to the second boss of Bravelock's hard mode. Eventually, several Opos will spawn in the arena. Shortly after, Sasquatch will start dealing consistent AoE damage to everyone that increases with each time he does it. Your goal here is to kill all of the ads, then touch a banana tree to spawn a banana. Sasquatch will go over to that banana and eat it. This will stop the AoE attack, heal Sasquatch slightly, and make him deal more damage for the rest of the fight. If you don't kill the ads before touching the banana tree, they can eat the bananas instead of Sasquatch, which will cause him to just keep AoEing the group. Just deal with this mechanic a few times until Sasquatch is dead. The next bit of trash has some snakes that don't do anything special. You also come to a room with a bunch of treasure coffers in it. Most of these are mimics, but one of the mimics drops a stone tablet that you'll need to place on a stone pedestal ahead. Kill the mimics and get it to move on. After that, you'll run into some enemies called Ninky Nankas, which will attempt to use a hatch ability after they lose a bit of HP. If they successfully use it, they'll summon some really weak enemies. Just stun hatch or kill everything and keep looking through the coffers in the side areas of the dungeon. As you can see, there's one set of coffers in this part of the map, and up ahead we have another set of coffers right before the stone pedestals. You'll need 2 stone tablets this time, so make sure you get them to pass through the next door. The second boss of Hullbreaker Isle is Sjorm. He has a few line AoE moves and can even use the AoE water balls that Leviathan drops down in his fight, which place a stacking dot on you if they hit you. Sjorm also summons bubbles around the room. If you walk under them, they suck you up for 10 seconds before letting you out and exploding for a small amount of AoE damage. Sjorm will finally go underground occasionally. The first time he does it, he'll simply chase a player around before erupting from the ground in their location, dealing really high AoE damage. So just run away from him if he's chasing you and stay away from him completely if he's not. The second time he goes underground, he will form a pulsing AoE in the center of the room. After it pulses 2 or 3 times, each party member needs to step into their own bubble in order to avoid taking damage from the AoE draw-in that it does and the eruption of him returning to the field. Do these things once or twice each and the fight should be over by then. Moving forward, jump off the cliff ahead and heal at the bottom. There's a few weak trash mobs on the beach you have to kill as well. When you approach these water pillars, 3 seawater sprites will spawn. Simply kill them and now you're going to be up to a winding path area. Kill any harpies or other trash mobs you encounter here. I suggest that you hug the right wall. It has very few trash mobs, and at the end, you will run into a treasure coffer which has a chance at occasionally rewarding a minion, the Naughty Nanka. Kill one more set of seawater sprites and you're at the final boss, the Kraken. This boss is a lot of fun, so let's get into it. In order to kill this boss, you're going to have to kill all 10 of his arms and tentacles. There are a total of 8 Kraken's arms which do an auto attack and occasionally a swipe move that won't hit you as long as you're standing right next to the arm. The other 2 are called tentacles and do a much stronger spit move, meaning they need to be tanked, as well as the swipe move of the other ones. The Kraken himself also spits ink on people which can deal damage if it hits you, and sometimes he does a targeted ink debuff that will slow your movement speed. Each of the 4 platforms will have 2 Kraken arms that you need to kill, with the second one spawning after you kill the first one on that platform. Kill the 2 arms on the starting platform before moving on to the next one. Make sure to communicate to your party whether you want to move clockwise or counterclockwise after you kill the first 2 Kraken arms. In order to jump to another platform, you have to touch one of the 3 water spouts in the direction you want to go. When you use these, you do get a short debuff that reduces your HP and increases your damage taken, so don't use them too often. Lastly, the Kraken can place a meteor mark above a player's head. When it wears off, a small tornado will spawn, and after a short delay, that tornado will explode in a big AoE for a few thousand damage. Whoever gets this meteor mark should jump to another platform, put the tornado down as far away as possible, and then jump back to the group's current platform. After killing a few Kraken arms, a tentacle will appear. It will follow the highest threat target to whichever platform they are on, so don't chase it around, let it come to you and deal with it while it's on your platform. When a tentacle is alive, it can also pick players up and toss them to the other platforms. It helps to throw a Stone Skin or an Eloquium on that target if they are picked up, in case they perhaps land on one of the platforms that has a tornado that's about to explode. That's if it's anyone but the healer. If that player is anyone but the tank, let them jump back to the group's current platform. If it is the tank, the rest of the party should follow them. After you kill the first tentacle, kill a few more Kraken arms, and after you kill the 8th one, the final tentacle should appear, which is mostly identical to the first tentacle. Basically, the only difference is that you will occasionally get 2 meteor marks, and they will come out far more frequently in general. Kill that final tentacle, and you're done with the boss. So just to run down, kill 2 Kraken arms on each platform, jumping clockwise or counterclockwise. Whenever a tentacle spawns on your platform, kill it as well before moving on. If you get a meteor mark, jump to another platform, and when the mark disappears, jump back to the group's platform. Do this for all 10 arms and tentacles, and it should be an easy win. In total, you'll have gotten 100 mythology and 45 soldiery for this dungeon without doo-doo roulette bonuses or first-time bonuses. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and share, and check out the other videos on my channel. And until next time, guys, take care.